Guten Tag.
What is up, you guys? This is All Day Any Day 1 on the PS4, and I'm going to be giving you a Nightcrawler versus Psylocke video. This is not a video of me choosing who I like more over the other. This is just a comparison video. Um, I'm just showing you what they both do. I like both of them just as much as the other. They both they both are melee-based characters, obviously, and they're extremely fast melee fighters too. Probably, I think they're the two fastest melee fighters. Spider-Man is kind of close, but just nowhere near as them. Um, but yeah, this is just a comparison video, not a who's better. So keep that in mind. So I hope you guys enjoy these clips, and yeah. So the thing about Psylocke is she can be a bit tricky to play at first because of her falling lotus strike. Uh, that falling lotus strike can basically just throw you around the whole battlefield and whatnot. But as long as you lock onto your target, you won't really have an issue because you're locked onto your target and you're just having to spam X all the time. Um, Psylocke is a little squishy. She's a bit of a squishy character, but she can summon her projections, especially once you get your last talent. Every time you use a movement ability, um, you summon projections. So that's every time you use Falling Lotus Strike. All of your abilities are movement based, or most of your abilities are movement based. She can summon her projections from doing that, or you can just manually activate them, which I have both anyways. I manually activate and summon. They can take aggro and they can also deal damage too. So when you use your Falling Lotus Strike and your projections are summoned, they'll also be doing the Falling Lotus Strike. They'll also do Tsunami Slash. They'll do a lot of the same abilities that you do, which is where a lot of your damage comes from, is from your projections, because they basically do half of your damage. The next thing is Psylocke she does have ranging capabilities, but she's not too great as a ranged character. I mean, her ranging abilities are still pretty strong, but she's definitely meant more for a melee type of character. Just because I feel like she is meant to be a fast or quick, hard hitting melee character, melee user. Like most melee fighters, she's pretty gear dependent, but once she's geared up and she has all the right stats that you need for her, she does become one of the most addicting characters to play. So, that I love playing Psylocke. She's one of my favorite characters. Now, with Nightcrawler, just like with Psylocke, he has a ton of movement abilities, and he's also able to spam them as long as you're able to keep your rotation going and keeping your resources up. Which, by the way, the difference between Psylocke and Nightcrawler uses his resources, and Psylocke doesn't need any resources to use her abilities. She just waits for her cooldown, and she's based off of her armor or psionic barrier. I believe that's what it's called. Um, the thing about Nightcrawler is he's very, very, very power hungry, resource hungry for his teleport build. So you really have to make sure you use anything that can give you a bunch of resources, like Relic of Gibram or putting infinity points into your resources, so that way you can sustain yourself of being able to use your teleports consistently. Um, this teleporter or Nightcrawler can obviously hit extremely hard, and he has a whole nother build, which is basically the sword or flourish build. There are people that are able to hit in the millions, like 1.8 or 2.8 million was the highest I've seen or heard of someone hit with the Sword of Flourish build. Um, but for me, I find that his teleport build or movement build is just better and just more fun, I guess. I mean, because to me, in this type of game, it's all about having fun, but also being able to deal damage. So I find his teleport build to be more better on that side of the spectrum. So Nightcrawler doesn't necessarily need to focus a lot on being squishy, and that's mainly because he's teleporting all over the place, so you don't need to worry about having a bunch of defense or health on hit or any of that stuff because he has a higher survivability than Psylocke. Even though Psylocke is a psionic barrier, he it's hard for him to get hit. So just keep that in mind, I guess. Um, that's basically all the reasons. Well, there's probably more reasons why I like Nightcrawler a lot, but he's definitely one of my top 5 characters. I would probably say even top 4 or 3 characters in the game so far on the console version. So hopefully, when they release better other characters, I wonder if he's. I'm just wondering if he'll keep up with that. So if this video helped you out at all, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see, or if you have any other suggestions on what other characters you want to see a comparison of, like pretty similar characters. I don't want not necessarily like someone like Hawkeye versus Angela or something. I don't want to do a comparison of people that aren't necessarily compared to, I guess. Um, like something like I guess She-Hulk versus Hulk, something like that, or Psylocke versus Nightcrawler, you know. Um, if you want to see something like that, if you want to keep seeing these comparison videos, then go ahead and let me know. Just put down what characters you want to have compared to each other, and I will see what I can do. And yeah, that's basically it. This is all day in day one on the PS4. Have a good day, good night, and don't forget to check out my Twitter at all day in day one. So peace, everyone.